Hello, everybody. Welcome to Latona's Open House. Today we are showcasing wallinside.com. This is Victoria Duff, and I would like to introduce Anna Lundstrom, the seller. Anna, say hello.
Hi, Victoria. I'm glad to be here.
Well, Anna, we're delighted to have you here, too. All right, let me just go on and start the webinar here. First, a little housekeeping. If anybody is having audio problems or wants to ask a question, please use the software panel to the right of your screen. Now, here is the deal. Annual revenue of $50,000, annual profit of $46,500, and current asking price of $235,000. Anna, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of the site? How did it get started? How long have you been in operation? What is the site all about?
Okay, of course. Yeah, so what we see here is the index or landing page of wallinside.com. Wallinside.com is basically a site or a blog platform that offers free blogging tools. It offers all the necessary features a blogger needs to be able to operate or run a blog. And there are pre-designed templates and editing program that lets the blogger customize his or her blog, publish photos, text, and videos, etc. And the intention was to create a platform with blogging tools that are highly user-friendly. This means that it is easy to register, sign in, and start blogging straight away without too many steps or forms needed to be filled out, and so on and so forth. But it also means that we have somewhat limited amount of functions available, but still there is everything a blogger needs to be able to carry on a blog. And we purchased the domain in 2009, and but the development of the site was not really initiated until 2011, more or less. And then for the following 2 years, work was done on the page, and since 2013, it's more or less self-maintained, and it means that only sporadic improvements are made. Yeah, and you can see here that this is a screenshot from Google.
This is from archive.org, the Wayback Machine, and
yeah,
it shows
okay, yeah.
how long your site has been available.
Yeah, exactly. I explained that we purchased the site in 2009, so you can see the last years here from 2009 until now, and this is more or less the activity of the site, and it reflects well what I described, that we started developing the site around 2011. Yes.
Now you host the blogs, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you're very similar to WordPress, for example.
Yes, and Blogger, but much more simpler, I would say. They have a lot of features, and Wallinside is much more simpler. So it's, as I said, friendly, user-friendly, I would say. It's really easy to register and so on. Depends on the blogger, what they want, of course.
So tell us a little bit about your
and this is a screenshot from Google Analytics. Is that correct? Yes.
Yes, you're correct.
And for the last 6 months, yeah. Normally, I don't use this tool for all the pages on Wall Inside because I have all the information in the server and because I want to improve the page speed. So you can see a drop here from January until July when I activated analytics again. And then you can see also that the numbers increase again. So the number of sessions, and you can see here users and page views and so on, is much higher. But I think we will see this later on in another slide.
Why was there a bump here in January and then it's evened out? Your visitors are very stable, but why the bump in January? And
because we stopped using, we deactivated analytics, Google Analytics, because we have all the information in the server. So we don't use Google Analytics. So that's why.
Now, I noticed
this, however,
here
is
that China is a major participant.
Yes, that's correct. Then again, the sessions might be higher, but the percentage of visitors from these countries is correct. We have a high number of visitors from Asian countries, the United States and Brazil. But yes, China is definitely the country with most visitors.
And
okay,
you have
so
a good following in social networks as well.
Yes. And of course, Facebook is one of the social networks that brings much traffic. And why, I don't know, but Facebook is one of the social networks that's one of the most biggest in the market. So that might be an explanation. Yes, and
you have a lot of external backlinks and a terrific, terrific numbers here. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, as you said, links to the site are about 5 million in the last 5 years, 55 million, and distributed in about 66,000 domains. So it's a rather good number, yes.
Now, are those mostly Chinese domains, or?
Yes, yes, but also United States and Brazil.
Good. And here's some examples of some of your backlinks.
Exactly. Yes.
Now, this is a SEMrush showing of your, well, you have a good valuation on your traffic.
Yes, these are some charts of the organic traffic versus also the traffic generated by ads, and the most of the traffic obviously comes from organic traffic. However, there are no ads on the blogs, and to generate the revenue, we use AdWords to also get visitors to the admin pages of Wall Inside.
Do you promote it? Do you advertise? Do you promote it in any way?
We use AdWord campaigns to market the site. Yes, only AdWord campaigns for now.
And here is,
yes.
These are your, I guess, keywords. So.
Yes, the blog content is very much varied. We have bloggers, they blog about almost anything. So the keywords are varied, but this is, I guess, a potential, yeah, to maybe sell advertisement space also on the blogs. We don't do that, but it's a possibility. Yeah.
All right. Talk a little bit about your traffic here. You had a lot of traffic starting in October, and it has trailed off a little, but you still have very stable and good traffic. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we've seen this pattern in previous years, that it's an increase during the months November, December, January. So we expect it to increase again now during these months. We don't have an explanation really why this is the case, but it's a tendency, and but it's, as you say, it's stable, and we're not worried about that. It could be that during the winter months in some of the countries, they are active on the internet more, and yeah. And the same goes for the views. It goes hand in hand. The visitors and the views of the page. There are more activity in these months.
So you have a lot of page views. All right. Now here are some screenshots that you were kind enough to send us. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, now we're looking at when a user, a blogger, is logged into Wall Insight. So this is his or her admin space, and this is where the blogger creates his or her post. So you can see it says in the middle, post title, and there the blogger writes the title, and in the box below they can write the text or copy and paste their text there. They can also attach photos, music, video, and links, and so on. And to the left, they have their menu so that they can look at their statistics. They can also go to the Make Money page, where they can publish ads on their own on their blogs if they want to. They can also write about themselves, so there's a menu for them to.
How difficult is it to track the amount of money that a blogger or a particular blog is making with ads?
We're not doing that. We don't track how much they do. They create their own account with Chitika for now. So it's really not something that we do, but of course it could be possible to track that in some way, I guess. But we don't do that. We have our own ads with AdSense on all our admin pages. As you see on top of the post title, there is an ad, and it's ours. Yes. Yeah.
And
this, here.
Yes.
No, sorry. Continue.
How many hours a day does it take you to manage this operation?
For us, it doesn't take much time at all, because everything is done more or less. So the pages is done and it's operated by itself. So it's if some user has a question or something and sends an email, and we have to answer the email, or we want to make some improvements, for example, create another template. Here we can see the pre-designed templates that the bloggers can choose from, and so, but basically there's not too much work day to day.
do you employ anyone, or do you have volunteers that help you?
No.
Okay, what are we
Hello?
looking at? Yes, what are we looking at here? Can you
Yes.
hear me?
As I mentioned, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, perfect. As I mentioned before, on the left there is a menu and it says make money with the dollar sign, and now we're looking at that page, okay, in the admin section for the bloggers. And basically the blogger just have to write their username in the box and click on Save Chitika username, and then they have created an account to start making money by themselves through Chitika. So it's an option for bloggers that want to make money through their blogs, through their writing.
Now, does Chitika have a minimum traffic requirement?
No, they don't.
And what is this that we're looking at?
Okay, so this, yes, so this is a post when the blogger is looking at the post, the finished post, inside their admin. So below the text you can see that it says remove post, edit post, and comment and share. So this is how it looks when the blogger is done with his post and maybe want to edit something and so on. And I think on the next slide we can see how it looks from the visitor's point of view. Yes, so this is how the blog looks and the post looks when someone visits the blog from outside. So we're no longer in the admin section.
Now, is there any way that you can check to make sure that the bloggers are not plagiarizing other bloggers?
Sorry?
Is there a way you can check for plagiarizing other bloggers or duplicating content from blog to blog in your site?
This is really difficult to do. That is also why we don't use AdSense on the blogger's site, because it's really difficult to control the content so that it complies to Google policy. But we try to use filters to avoid certain keywords and things like that. But to duplicate, yeah, it can be done as well. But I think you need more knowledge and more experience to be able to do that than we have. Yes, and this is the database, our PHP admin page. Here you can see the users. It says here usuarios, and it's 6 points. It's rather small, I can't see, but it's almost 6.5 million users, registered users, and blogs.
All right, let's talk about your revenues. Now,
Yes.
you get revenues from AdSense. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, that is correct. Only AdSense, and we only have AdSense ads on our admin pages. And the revenue goes hand in hand with the traffic, and we can see the same tendency here. It's an increase in the revenue during the winter months or during November, December, and then it decreases again. But it's rather stable, and yeah, and we believe it will go up again during the following month.
Now, do you send out promotions, for example, a newsletter on a regular basis?
No, we don't. Uh, we don't have really enough time. We know that there are a lot of things that can be done, and that would sort of help us and keep the users committed, or yeah. But we don't. But it's a possibility. We have the email addresses of all the registered users, and this can be done, obviously.
Again, how many registered users do you have?
Sorry?
How many registered users do you have? How many emails?
Approximately 6.5 million users.
Okay. And on your site,
On the previous
is there a translation tool, by the way? Is there a translation tool?
Yes, we have different languages. Yes, we have different languages, but it's not included a translation tool for the users to use. But yes, the page is in different languages, if that is what you mean.
Now here are expenses, and they vary a bit, $100, I guess. Can you talk a little bit about your expenses?
Yes, the expenses consist of AdWord campaigns and the cost of the server. And we changed the server in January, so that's why you can see a bit of an increase in January. And also the server, we have several pages located in that server, so the percentage, the costs are slightly less. So this is the total cost of the server we can see here. And yeah, if you just see to the percentage of wall inside in the server, it will be slightly less. And the AdWord campaigns, well, they cost differently each month, but more or less they're stable too. And one can increase them, and one can choose to not pay as much. So this is optional, basically.
What challenges do you see a new owner might have with this, growing the site or operating it?
Yes, the challenges would be to sort of expand and make use of all the users. As I said, there are many users, but for now we don't use them in any specific way. And there's a lot of advertisement space that can be used. And I think it's a lot of work to sort of to get new advertisers and not just to depend on AdSense. And also, I believe it's Wall Inside is a simple tool, and I think many people like that. But also, some people might want more features and to stay sort of in tune with the technology and so on. One must like develop the site every now and then and give more templates and so on.
So when you wake up in the morning and you have your coffee, what do you do next to run this operation?
Well, the first thing is always to see if there's any emails from users, because it's important to have a good service to the clients. And if they have any questions, there's something that they don't understand or something like that, then it's important to answer them quickly. And then it's just thinking about what one can do next. Every now and then we design some new template or try to improve the sale or something like that. But there's not much work right now to this site, also because we're working with other things. But yeah, so it's more or less self-maintained, basically.
Do you sell any premium templates or have
No,
a customized template design service?
No, that is also a possibility, of course. But I design them myself, so it's not. Maybe we haven't. This is something that one might want to like consult another web designer to do, and it's a cost, of course. But this is not something that we have worked with.
Now, again, how many?
Yeah,
it may take an hour a day, or
yes, 1 or 2 hours a day. Depends on what you're doing. And
so, if you were to keep this site, what would you do to grow it? Where do you think, if you just had resources and time, where can it go?
Well, I believe we mentioned it a little bit, but I believe there is a great potential for the site to grow because of the many users, and we don't have the time to exploit and make use of this fact. And first of all, we're not sending any newsletters to keep users committed, as I said. Then we don't sell advertisement space, and also one could market the site more and better using, for example, the social networks like Facebook, etc., and sell premium templates, as you said, so this design can be improved. There are a lot of things that one could do, but obviously time and effort and knowledge is required, but the potential is there, I believe.
So why are you selling the site?
Yes, because we don't have enough time or and knowledge, I would say, to because I think to make it grow, one must really know what to do next and how to pay for the next steps and so on. And we're also working on another project and would need some capital to be able to proceed. Yes. So
now, what other kinds of websites do you have? Anything similar to a blogging site? Are there any additional? Is Wallenside the only domain, or are there other domains that feed into it?
Yes, this is the only blogging tool that is included in the sale, and we don't have any other blogging tools that we're working on besides this. So we're planning a project now in an educational project because I'm a teacher of Spanish, so something like that, but no other blogging tools. No.
Well, I've worked in a good many questions from the audience here. If there are any further questions, now's the time. Is there, Anna, do you have anything that you'd like to add?
No, not really.
nothing that we haven't already covered. It's a fairly simple site, it looks like. But it has a lot of opportunity. So
Yes.
if anybody in the audience has any further questions, please contact Ryan Lane, who is the listing broker on this site. You can see additional information on latonas.com and also connect directly with Ryan there. So I think we've pretty much answered all the questions, Anna, and thank you so much for an excellent presentation.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Well, we're absolutely delighted. And to everyone who is in the audience, come back next time. We will see you then.